Hey everyone, this is Jim, aka Razor's Edge, covering Stranded Alien Dawn. This just went in full release, and I've got about 17 hours into the game. Um, Forums are real helpful if you get into a pinch. Um, I'm actually I've gotten quite a few questions answered there, but mostly I've just been literally kind of winging it myself, figuring things out as I go. And what I'm going to show you in the video is just basically some of the things I learned. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Just kind of micromanaging. I'll tell you, the first I played it on hard. Made it through one winter, but I only had two survivors survivors left. So I'm going to go ahead and continue my game here and just kind of walk through some of the stuff. I've had great performance, no bugs that I've noticed. The one music track, not real happy with that. It's kind of annoying. So I kind of wanted to go through just sort of how I set up. Started with obviously the sheds. Getting things as close as you can to the survivors is key. Like it over here, so I've got this house is sort of the kind of the playroom. There's a fireplace in here. I don't know what the hell Connor's doing in his underwear and a pair of shoes, but this fridge, if you go to the notes, and I'm just going to start down the list here. I don't store any raw food, only cooked meals. That way, the food's right here. They don't have to run all the way to the kitchen over here. And I've got all the raw over here. So they can just cook things. Now, I did this mid-talk, so this obviously will move. Same thing with pretty much everything else. If you want fuel or pickles, anything you're fermenting or fuel. Right now, I just came out of a food crisis. I was literally down to 1 day of food. And I had to rush and kill some of these wild ulners, I think they're called. I can't remember. What are they? Olphins. I think that's how you say it. And their food looks pretty bad. I think they'll still eat it. But it's smoking pretty hot there. Pretty stale. But so far I've got the material for cloth, some of the other things that you need for crafting, different materials. Kind of go down through the tech tree, how I sort of, well, actually, no, let's skip that. I'm going to go to the schedule because I changed it a little bit. So on the schedule, basically, I allow them from 2000 hours to 0300 at 4 and 5. They can do anything they want, and they force them to relax. Then I say, "Ah, you can do anything you want." You're going to want it during the winter. They're supposed to be peaceful. Oh. Yo, dude. Butcher him. You can force them to do things if you weren't aware of that, just by clicking on them. I know you can go in and draft them, and you can tell them where you want to do, defend a point, whatever. Looks like my glow caps are about ready, or glitter caps are about ready to harvest. That's good. So I'm kind of out of the food crisis. How does manure rot away? Guess they're not getting it on the fields fast enough. So, you know, it's a happy balance of keeping them happy versus going insane. Different. Connor like punches people and starts breaking shit. I think Mackay goes and hides, which is kind of funny. But so anyway, I'll go back to schedule here real quick. go to manage. Let's pause this for a minute just so the game doesn't get away from me. Again, so there's their work schedule. Also, like during the winter, I keep it bare minimum, trying to keep them from freezing to death, because early on you won't have heavy clothing. As a matter of fact, you're probably going to get attacked. The attacks seem to come in two big waves. The last one being these spitter bugs that beat up the group pretty bad. You can see a lot of them have some pretty significant injuries. If we look at their health status, not too bad now. She's has immunity to so they all had pneumonia at one point. Their clothes were all torn off from combat. It was pretty bad. These traps have saved me so many times. I trap pretty much all the paths. When I do get attacked by like those spitter bugs, what I do is I'll highlight everyone. I'll draft them and start running them through the traps. That's helped me a lot of times. Doesn't look real cool, but it is what it is. These flamethrowers are kind of I don't know how effective they really are. And literally I'd have to build hundreds of them, and I'm until I get where I can make my own CPUs and electronics, kind of want to not, kind of minimize that, because they do the stuff I have running does require those parts for repairs. So it started the game out with the you get a couple, like when you salvage, you'll get some of these power cells. Eventually you'll want to unlock in the science tree. I kind of went through and unlocked solar panels. I went for just the essentials. As you can see, I didn't unlock leather. That just became available to me. I always check back here frequently because things are actually unlocking before I even am aware of it. I'm building a balloon right now. I didn't really care at first, but now I do, because I can't find wheat. So from what I've read of other people with their seeds, their game seeds or map seeds, they're actually finding wheat like at the edge of the map. So we may have to take a balloon ride, and there actually is a point of interest to look at, and there's been some stuff falling out of the sky, so we want to go investigate that out. Obviously battery storage. Let's see if there's anything in here. But this is where I want to get to. As you can see, this is why I need the wheat, is or grain from wheat, because these antibiotics, gotta have it. So, and to have it, gotta find it, and I can't get to first aid kits till I unlock. You see my problem. You see where I'm going with this. So that's why they're grayed out. Nanotubes, also going to be looking for those. I just noticed that I don't have that part, so I'm going to have to go look for that. But the end game here is auto turret setup. Some of these creatures, they come in some serious waves. And I think eventually I'm going to run out of real estate to kite for these traps, because some of them have quite a few hit points. Takes a while to kill, and they can still fire at you. So working on that. Highly recommend the crossbows over the bows, especially taking down these guys. It takes them quite a few hits until they get their skills up. So let's see. Activities. You'll definitely want to go in here and change the rotation. Some of this is based on because the fact that they're hurt. Grayson's got a limp. He's got a bum leg, so I'm trying to keep him pretty central to the crafting stations, just pretty much in this room itself. As you can see, I got little portable heaters. You're definitely going to want those for the winter. Thanks. Appreciate the announcement there. Food's here. So So that's how far I've gotten so far. AC not really kicking that in yet till it gets to the hotter months, but you'll definitely you start getting heat exhaustion. So we'll see how that goes. Again, we want to get those circuits in. So pretty much everything's growable. Really enjoying this game. I did put these they actually eat this stuff right out of the garden here, so I've set it to not harvest, so that I'm actually allowing the kids here to eat the food, and they will. So they like berries, they prefer the berries, but they will eat that. I'm gonna build them a little shelter. They do breed, so if you get a male and a female, throw them in a pen. I don't know that you need them in a gated area, but it kind of looked cool, so I put them in one. So they didn't sort of wander off. The first couple tames I had, they actually killed. Looks like yeah, this herd's been hanging around, so I've been just kind of plucking them off for meat. But as I work on this, I'll expand this out. But right now, berries aren't in season, so I really can't feed anymore. Anyway, so trying to think if there's anything I missed. Research everything. Definitely continue to check in the production menu in the research bench just to see as different resources, like when leather dries, you'll discover that, which will allow you to make leather armor. So it's not necessarily something you have to unlock. Some of the basic items here, and anything can be made out of anything, as you can see. So it just depends on what kind of resources you have and what you don't want to waste. Here's the trees. You can see right now I can just grow the one kind of tree, which looks like it has shows an acorn on it, but I've never seen an acorn grow off of it. So camp, this is going to be like the original stuff you start out with. Thank God I haven't had to use one of these yet. But I'm still pretty new in the game, 17 hours. So these are your mass orders for, like, you can hold and harvest. And then what's really cool and what I really like about what the devs did, you can highlight a whole area. Or I don't need that. Hold on. Stop. Cancel that. You can highlight an entire area like this, and everything that's in it is selectable from the left-hand side. So I can go in and I can decide or tell them what I want to harvest. That's how I know I have no wheat, because I've literally gone through here and looked for anything that looks like grain or wheat, and I can't find it. So bird's nest, I might check one of those out, see if one actually just brought one back to a nest. I know it's a Hail Mary, but a lot of fallen trees there. So you don't necessarily have to cut them down. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at so far. I can do periodic updates, just kind of progress, but highly recommend the game if you liked any type of survival game. I mean, you can even zoom up and get nice and personal with all the details, and the animations from the characters and all the things are just really cool. Even the little sounds from the electricity running. It's quite a nice aesthetic game to look at, so kudos to the devs. Been having a good time with it, and hope you do too. So anyway, you guys take care, and we'll see you next time.